Well, I'm going to ask you a few more questions.
Knock yourself out.
All right. What would you tell somebody not to put in their house right now?
Oh, gosh. What would we not put in your house right now? Put me on the spot on that one.
If we get into some manufacturer bashing, I'm okay with that. I know we've looked at the Brilliant controls.
Okay. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So
what
there's
are those
definite
things?
vendors, of, the Brilliant thing, I know
that Brilliant is a switching control switch.
it is a switch. It's a smart switch. Yep. Mm-hmm. That is integrated. You can integrate it with other products such as Ring or Sonos or something like that. As I go to all these conventions and I go to CEDIA and I meet all these people, and several of these people have worked for several different companies, and as they jump around, whether it's Savant, whether it's Brilliant, or whether Savant decides to fire 50% of their employees and fire all their reps because they want to go in a different direction, or it's Brilliant that's can't keep people employed and stuff like that. There are certain vendors that I know that I don't want to deal with.
Or recommend to your clients.
Yeah, or I definitely don't want to recommend them to my clients, because if I recommend something, it looks bad on me later for recommending those. So it's trying to vet those clients. If a client says to me, I want you to come to my house, I've got some whole home audio that I want to get working, or I want you to come look at it. And I get there and it's a Hios system by Denon.
Okay.
I won't work on it.
Yeah. Why?
Because I know Sonos and I know how good it is. And I've dealt with Hios for a split second of my life and went, this is way too much time that I don't want to spend on this and trying to get it to work. Lighting, I dove into some Z-Wave manufacturers, GE, Z-Wave lighting. I'm like, this is cool. Well, 2 years down the road, the switches started dying. I'm like, well, I don't want to install a switch that's dead in 2 years.
Yeah.
So that's where it's like I installed Savant lighting. 3 years after I install those, they start dying.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I don't want to work with those either, So it's like, finally, I took my own advice and was like, Lutron's the best.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Lutron. I'm not going to install anything else.
It's easy. I got the basic Cassetta that I put into my house, and it
works perfect.
4 years ago, and it still works. And if something happens, I can just swap it out.
So, and that's the kind of conversation when people call me and they're like, hey, I have this, or, a lot of things, when a client says, I have a bunch of stuff that I want you to install, I very rarely take those jobs because it's something that I don't install. I don't want to put my name on it. I don't want them to tell their friends that, I had Digital Home Colorado come over and install this. What do you think? And they're like, well, it looks like crap.
Yeah.
Or it doesn't work or something like that, regardless of, well, it was yours.
Yeah.
I installed it. It worked when I left.
Yeah.
And now it doesn't, and now it's my fault. So, so it's hard to say not to install something. I can definitely talk about vendors and just go away from my own personal experiences on which ones to use and which ones I don't like. And because I met those people, I've been to their facilities. Any vendor I use, I've gone to their manufacturing plants. I try to use things that I could actually go to them. I've gone to Sonos headquarters. I've seen their testing facilities. I've gone to Stewart Film Screen, where they actually hand make every screen that's ordered, and they spray their own fabric. I mean, I've been to their facilities. I've been to KEF, the learning center, where they have all their own stuff, and that's where they have their shipping warehouse, and you meet all those employees, and you call them up, and you actually talk to that person that you met. So there's certain vendors that I pick and like, and that's where I try to stay in my lane. And
so let's start from the top. Control system. Josh AI.
Josh AI.
Okay.
100%.
Now we go into lighting, like
Lutron,
right? And Lutron has several different levels.
Lutron has anything anyone would ever want to put in their home, as even including light fixtures.
Yeah. So you go there, and there's all those different levels in the lighting. You got what? You got to have a homework system still, if you want to.
Do the fixtures?
How does that work with the Kichler lighting?
The Ketra. Ketra lighting.
Sorry.
Yes. Nope. Yes. So Homeworks, that's their top of the line. Homeworks, they have their own fixtures called Ketra that are all RGB, W, tunables. Mm-hmm. So in that, where you can do your circadian rhythm stuff.
Yeah.
Once that catches on, hopefully the prices will come down.
Yeah.
Once it's more mainstream.
Yeah. What's the step down? Don't they have another level?
Lutron Raw 3.
Raw 3. Okay.
And that will give you most of what anybody would ever need in their home as far as smart lighting and being able to do some really cool things with all your lighting scenes for your entertaining. And
is that panelized or is that?
It's not. It's traditional.
Switched. Okay.
It's traditional lighting.
So the Raw 3 would be a recommendation for a retrofit.
Yes, 100%. And then you got Caseta. And some of those, all of those systems are also based on like a device count. So that is also, again, where you're dictated by.
There's some limitations
on that. So, but Lutron for lighting for sure.
Yeah.
Sonos for whole home audio, 100%.
Home theater.
I've got my standards for that.
And that would be?
I use Stewart film screens. Obviously, they are all made in LA, manufactured in the United States. Nothing is coming from outside. Epson projectors. Just got a new demo unit in my house this weekend.
All right.
So that's cool. And then we've got Theory Professional Audio Design for speakers. That's my go-to brand currently.
Yeah.
Kaleidoscape for your high-end video player. I know I'd mentioned Mad VR earlier. That is a extra cool option that does some really cool things with video processing and things like that. You'd have to see it to kind of understand what Mad VR does.
Okay.
I also offer row 1 home theater seating. So I'm kind of a full solution where I could do everything in a home theater besides put up your drywall.
Yeah.
Type of thing. So,
so that's home theater.
Yep.
Thermostats.
Ecobee.
Okay, we're going now to security.
Mostly Ring
okay.
for what I do, for ease of install, ease of use for the client. Okay. There are some more robust systems out there, obviously, but I've done a 9,000 square foot house with Ring.
Yeah.
Works fine.
Okay. Thermostats. What else?
What else is there? Shades, Lutron.
Yeah.
All the way.
Does Josh integrate with other smart shade solutions?
They do. So they've got some.
Because if a designer of a luxury home doesn't like the Lutron shades, what are their options?
They'll integrate with Hunter Douglas and Somfy.
Okay.
They'll do both. There's certain things that you need to do to put into the system. There's a company out there called Bond that created what's called a Bond Bridge, which is really cool because it allowed people to control proprietary fans that had an RF signal or something like that, or fireplaces. Those are always hard to control. So this company called Bond came out to integrate all these other deals that you program the remote function in, and it does it all automatically. Josh will control Bond, so anything you add through that, Josh can control.
Okay.
What else do we got? Locks, door locks.
Yeah.
Yale. Yale is my go-to door lock.
Okay.
I can tell Josh to lock my doors, and Josh will lock my doors. He automatically locks them at 9 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell Josh to unlock them if you check a box that says, I understand that telling somebody using your voice to unlock your doors is kind of a security risk.
Yeah.
Somebody could yell through a window, say unlock my doors, and they'll do it. Let's see what else we got.
Like I'm thinking about water, plumbing. You got a smart toilet. The showers. You get a lot of these high-end control panel showers with car washes and steam. That would be.
I haven't found. That's a question I've posed a lot. Is integrating steam rooms or showers or something like that. I haven't
preheat my sauna.
Yeah.
I guess
They're out there. I know they are, and I know probably Alexa
it's probably a lot
integrates with them.
more like an appliance type
Yeah.
aspect, right?
And Alexa integrates with a lot of things. Alexa really does. That's one benefit they have. The programming of Alexa just is not good and doesn't stay, but I'll give them that they control a lot of things because that's what everybody comes out and says, we work with Alexa. They don't come out and say we work with all these other things because the first person they go to is Amazon.
Yeah.
Because you have a lot of money and you can, we can get into this. Talking about plumbing, one thing I installed on my home is like the Mow and Flow
Okay.
for controlling water leaks,
Okay.
things like that. That's
Water.
super important. If you've ever had water damage in your home,
Yeah, there's a lot of water detection systems
yeah,
that would be could integrate.
so I have a water sensor under every fixture in my house. That if it
You can do it with
detects-
the whole house now.
Yeah. Yep.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, then the Mow and Flow will detect catastrophic leaks. Like if a hose blew off a washing machine or something like that, it knows it based on water pressure
Yeah.
to shut off your water right away. You can usually get insurance discounts
Yeah.
if you have those installed. So
We have clients ask us, "Did you install one of those?" I'm like, "No, did you ask us to?" We can come back and do it, but we
can.
got to change all this stuff. Yeah.
It's but no, I love it, man. I can shut off my water from home, and it's those types of things are super important. People ask for irrigation
Yeah.
control integration. Racchio is a Denver company.
Okay.
So they're a local company that doesn't really integrate very well with other things, but it's kind of once you have it smart and automated, part of the smart home, it's a set it and forget it type of thing that
Yeah.
having it integrated into an app isn't that important, I don't think.
Well, and when we went to the CEDIA show, all the outdoor stuff. I mean, that's a whole nother, landscape design and sound systems, but there's some impressive stuff.
It is. My vendor for outdoor audio and outdoor lighting, landscape lighting, Coastal Source, is my preferred vendor. Colorado's a hard market for that.
Yeah. Why is that?
Climate,
Climate? We just don't spend enough time in
it's
our
different.
backyard, or what?
It's different than
Indoor, outdoor living.
Arizona.
Yeah.
But then of course Arizona gets in the summer and nobody wants to go outside because it's 120 degrees out. So, but yeah, there's so many things. I showed you what are called the direct view LED televisions that will be coming through your door in the next few years on being able to do 200-inch televisions
outside
that
or
you can
inside
see
in the sun.
that you can see in the sun.
That blew my mind.
That you can carry
Yeah.
because the panels are 12 inches by 12 inches,
Yeah.
and then they just go together and make a 200-inch screen TV.
Jumbotron.
Yeah, Jumbotron.
That's what it is.
Yes, it's the same exact technology that
It's
that
an
sports
in-home
facilities have
or
been using forever.
backyard.
And that's where things are going. It's so. I mean, there's so many cool things. 100-inch televisions that are affordable
Yeah.
now that weren't affordable.
Oh, yeah.
5 years ago. There's just CEDIA is fun, and taking you guys there was a really good time showing you, what we're putting in your showroom, the invisible speakers.
Yeah.
That I'm excited to show off to your clients. That I think will really be impressive to people because they don't know they're there. So that's part of the connected home of invisible speakers. And people are like, what are that? You can't see them.
Yeah. So, well, no, that's awesome, man. This has been a great conversation. I think that it'd be great to have you on the show again sometime, and we can dial into one specific topic. Kind of big general today. But if you were to take somebody to dinner, where would you take them in Boulder County?
In Boulder County for dinner.
And only one place.
Oh my gosh. Happy Sumo in Longmont's pretty darn delicious.
You like Happy Sumo?
I do.
I used to go there for my birthday every year.
It's so good.
Their rolls are good.
My daughter wants to go there every week.
Yeah.
I just can't afford it.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
like,
it's good.
We get that special occasion type thing.
Yeah.
So
It's
they have
fun.
lobster. They have steak. It's
Yeah, it's good.
I mean, only because it's in Longmont, it's easy to get to. So that's kind of where I go. So where do you go?
Oh, I don't know. People haven't asked me that. That's my question to ask.
I need more ideas.
I don't like to go too far
No.
from my house. So there's Zuka in Louisville. it's in a little Italian restaurant that the portions are perfect. And I mean, the setting is great, and it's on Main Street, and we can sit at the window and watch people walk up and down. And
Interesting.
If I got to get in a car and drive, I'm like, well, there's stuff around that's just as good.
Yes.
So
I don't like going very far either. I
People
don't
are
like.
like, oh, there's this restaurant in Denver. I'm like,
Have you been to Denver recently?
yeah. No. So, but
yeah.
that's cool. Well, man, thanks for coming on the show, and
Certainly.
we'll keep in touch, and look forward to working with you
I was
on
going to say, hopefully
some
we keep
projects.
Keep in touch. Seems like I'm not going to talk to you for a while.
Yeah,
but
see you, man. I'm
hopefully
breaking
we're-
up. No. But no,
Cool.
appreciate it.
Awesome.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for listening to Built by Insights. Tune in next Friday to hear more stories with a new guest.